Well, hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Renee, and we're gonna do burritos. I'm gonna do a real nice beef, bean, and rice burrito. I'm gonna put them in the freezer because they're wonderful. And when I reheat them, these are the burritos I'm gonna reheat in my air fryer because it gives them a crispy outer edge, and I love them. You can also use these for a beautiful wet burrito too. So anyway, I've got a nice recipe right here for my burritos. I'm gonna triple mine because I'm gonna make quite a few of them. I'll put the recipe in the description box for a single batch, and you can start filling your freezers with them. You're gonna love them. Okay, with that, you'll see this pan here, you'll see my yellow rice. I made some homemade yellow rice for these burritos. You can use plain rice if you want. I just like the yellow rice. So I've got 3 pounds. Let me put that in my sink. 3 pounds of burger. Let's turn our burner on. And we're going to cook this burger down. I chopped up an onion, so we're going to add that to it as well. And we're going to put some garlic. And we're going to put all kinds of goodies in here. Okay, we're just going to break this up. And then I can add my onions in here. You know, if you want a crumble up burger when you cook it, these are wonderful, but you really want to crumble it up, use your potato masher. That works incredible. I might wind up doing that after it's all done, I don't know. Just depends. The only time I like big chunks of burger is in goulash. And our goulash is real simple. It's just burger noodles or burger elbow macaroni and our home canned stewed tomatoes, which has all your onions and garlic in it. So, and we like big chunks of burger in that. All right, let me get that off there so it cooks. We're gonna put our onions in here. I cut up red onions. I'm also going to do a couple tablespoons of minced garlic. I need 3 of them because I'm tripling this. Okay, beautiful. Okay. All right, now we're just going to let this cook up a little bit, and then we can add our spices and all our goodies to it. We just want to get this burger browned up, okay? So we'll be right back. Okay, this is coming along really good. And you see over here, I'm going to have to drain this a little bit. And I'll do that once it's mostly cooked. And then we can add all our stuff in here. It's looking good. Okay, friends, we're going to go ahead and start adding our ingredients. And I'm putting a can. Remember, I am tripling mine. So I'm using an entire can of tomato paste. Okay? And with that, we're going to do a tablespoon and a half of cumin. A tablespoon of chili powder. A tablespoon of Italian seasoning. You can use oregano too. I got my teaspoon and a half of salt. I gotta do my lime juice. Remember, I will put the recipe in there because I am tripling mine. Okay? I'm also gonna do my water. And that's it for right now. We're going to mix this all up in here. Now once we get this all mixed up, we're just going to let it simmer for about 8 minutes or so. That's mixed up good. Now we're just going to leave that simmer. I'm going to turn it right down to my lowest setting, and I'm just going to leave that simmer. Okay, friends. So now that that has simmered for about 8 minutes, I'm going to get these ready. I got the huge tortilla shells, the grande ones. And I think, yeah, there's 6 of them. So I got 12 here. And I'll probably wind up doing some small ones too. But I did want some of the bigger ones for wet burritos. Okay? All right, so I'm going to dump this right in here. All this meat. Because this does need to cool a little bit. But I am going to mix the refried beans in there because that will help to cool it down. Ooh, that's heavy. Ooh. And I don't want to forget my rice. So let's put this in. We're just mixing this all together. It's going to look like a hot mess, but it's going to be a delicious hot mess. Okay? Just put that all through there. I am also going to do some black beans in there. And my rice. I want to get this mixed up just a little bit better though. See how that's doing? You don't have to put the black beans in there or the refried beans for that matter. It's going to be listed as optional. Okay. All right, so I got that blended pretty well. Okay, now let me move these aside. I made my homemade yellow rice. I could put the description or the recipe in the description box, but I do have a video on it as well. It calls for 2 cups of rice per batch. So I'll have a little bit left over, and that's all right. Okay. We'll get this mixed up. And then we may still have to let it cool a little bit because it is quite hot. But look at that, friends. Beautiful. I'm going to have a whole bunch of burritos. And my family loves them. My friends love them. When I make burritos, I always have to make a whole bunch because my friends will just be sad if I don't make them some. They love it. My family. All right. Now, I'm not going to use shredded cheese. I'm going to use the canned cheese. Okay? And I'm going to do one at a time. Because I'm not sure how much that will cover. But there's some cheese. You can use the, you can load your burritos and then put your shredded cheese on top if you want. But I want it melted. So I'm going to mix this in and see how this does. And I am definitely going to need another one. Okay, we're going to use the other one too. This is going to be wonderful. Beautiful. Cheesy goodness. These things are crazy delicious. Okay. That's going to be it. That's going to be beautiful. You know, when you go, I don't know if any of you ever have, you buy one of those breakfast burritos from a gas station. I mean, when I was driving over the road, sometimes that's the only breakfast we had. And they always had that, it was like melted, beautiful cheese in there. And that's what I want. So I think I'm going to get it with this. It calls for 2 cups of shredded cheese per batch. I'm going to list it just according to the recipe. But those of you who are watching this, you can try this cheese. And I got it at the Dollar General. It's just called premium cheddar. You know, I've never tried it. So we're going to see how it does. It looks pretty good. This stuff's going to be beautiful. Okay, we're going to taste this. Because I have not tasted it since we put it together. That's divine. And it's cool. So we can probably go ahead and start filling our burritos. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use this. I'm going to use one. I think 3 of these will do because this is a rather enormous burrito. Beautiful. Take a look at that. Those are gorgeous. So it'll do about 3 of these ice cream scoops full. Oh, those are nice. Look at, friends. Those are beautiful and they're enormous. Those would be good for a wet burrito. Those would feed 2 people. I could make 1 burrito and feed John and I. Okay. Perfect. All right, so I will start. I'll get these all rolled up, but that's how easy it is to do. I like that. All right, I'll get the rest of these all rolled up. Now that you see how to do it, and I'll be back. I got quite a few of these, friends, and I've been working on packaging them up. I just package them in, I wrap them in saran wrap, and then I package them in Ziploc bags for the freezer. Some people put theirs in aluminum foil, and you can do that. I just do mine this way. It looks pretty good. These are nice. So I'm going to finish getting these wrapped, and then we're going to do a beautiful 2 of them, 3 of them, I believe. We're going to do some coconut cream pie. I need to make 2 coconut cream pies for a friend of mine. So I'm going to show you how I make the old-fashioned, delicious just like Grandma used to make coconut cream pie. Okay, friends, we're gonna make this beautiful coconut cream pie. We're gonna do 2 of them actually. So I'm gonna use, I got a ½ cup right here. We want 4 cups, or excuse me, 2 cups of toasted coconut. And you want it sweetened. One more here. Okay. There we go. Put that away in a minute. We're just going to spread this out because we're going to toast this in a 350-degree oven. You want it to get preheated first, so you don't want to put it in there beforehand and let it sit and wait for it to come up to temp. We're going to toast this. Once my oven reaches 350, I'm going to put this in there and I'm going to toast it for about 5 minutes. And while that's toasting, we'll get busy with our custard. Okay, friends, here we go. This is really easy to put together, okay? First, what we're going to put in here is 6 cups of half and half. I'm making 2 pies. Remember, I'm doubling mine, so I'm not going to tell you how much because I'm going to list the recipe for a single pie. So here goes our half and half. And you can do the same thing. It's all the half and half I had, so I'm mixing 2 cups of milk with that. Okay? Perfect. Now, I'm going to do my sugar. Okay? I'm going to do flour. We're going to put in our salt. We're going to turn this on. Stir this up just a little bit. And I'm going to start cracking eggs. Look at, friends. My chickens are starting to lay their beautiful eggs. Oh, I am so excited. I don't want the shell in there. Beautiful. And their shells are nice and strong. That's wonderful. Okay, that's it. Now we're just going to mix this up really good because we're going to be mixing this for about 15 minutes until this gets thick. Now we're going to want this on a low heat. You don't want to bring it to a boil over high heat. You got to mix it constantly. And then as it comes to a boil, it will thicken beautifully. Now I'm making mine with the graham cracker crust because that's how they want it, and it's just, I think it's better that way anyway. But you can always blind bake a pie shell and put it in there. Okay, friends, I'm going to continue to stir this. You have to stir this constantly. This is a custard, and it will burn if you don't. You don't want to scorch it. So in the meantime, our coconut is toasting away in the oven. I'm going to go ahead and continue cooking this. It's going to take about 15 minutes, and then I will meet you back here. And we'll finish up these beautiful pies. Okay, friends. Our custard is done. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead. We're going to put our vanilla in here. Okay. And we're also going to do, we're going to leave a little bit of this behind for garnish. So we're going to put a bunch of this toasted coconut in here, and it's beautifully toasted. Okay, now the rest that's just going to go for garnish, so we're going to leave it right there. We're going to get this mixed in. That smells wonderful. This is a coconut cream pie like Grandma used to make. All scratch made. You know, the ones, you can make an easy cream pie, custard pie with a box of, wait, all the goodies, with a box of pudding, but it just doesn't taste as good as homemade. Okay, so we got that. Here's my pie shells. And I am leaving the edges up because I'll go ahead and put the lid on them. Okay, so you know what I'm going to use just for a minute. I'll need that back again. I'm going to go ahead and scoop this in here just like so. In both of these. So that way they have an even amount. And my friend's going to love these. I probably got enough for that other pie. Maybe, maybe not. No, I don't. You can just, I'll give Mr. Wayna, who asks a little bit of that pudding. I guess I'll put a little more in here. Just fill them just a little more because they're gonna. All right, that'll be good. Okay, now these have to chill for about 4 hours before we put the Cool Whip and the garnish on them. So I'm going to take these out to my sun porch and let them cool. And I'll see you back here when they're ready to finish. Well, okay, friends, our pies are all set up. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our Cool Whip on them. These are, my friends are going to love these. I just put it on there right to the edge. Not too close because I am going to wind up putting the lid on these to transport them. So all right, now we'll get this one. Okay. I just like giving it a little spiky look. I like that look. Okay, so then we're going to just take and we're going to sprinkle some of our reserved toasted coconut on these. They'll be beautiful. And Peaches is down by my feet chewing on a bone. Ha! Making all kinds of noise. All right. They look pretty good, friends. Take a look at that beautiful pie. Well, there we have it, friends. We did good today. We got well over 20 beautiful beef, bean, and rice burritos. They're going to be wonderful. We're going to use them. I'm going to give some of them to my friends and my family, but I'm going to use them for wet burritos, and Mr. Wayne and I would be filled up on just one, so we can share one, and they'll last us a long time in our freezer. And we also got these beautiful coconut cream pies, old-fashioned, just like Grandma used to make. So I will put all these recipes in the description box, and remember, I'll do it for single batches and for one pie. You're more than welcome to double or triple it. You all have a wonderful night. Thanks for hanging out with me in the kitchen, friends. I'll see you in the next video. And as always, thanks for watching.